Today we are heading out to a suburb in Brizzy and we are going to be looking at an R33 Skyline Turbo. Now, R33 Skylines here in Australia have started to go over the last couple of years. I think they've sort of piggybacked the back of GTRs, but maybe not really. I guess anything JDM, so JDM stands for Japanese domestic market, is really starting to go on the up and up. So, you know, anything with rear wheel drive, manual, especially turbo, they're going crazy and they're really in demand. So today we're gonna head out there, go and look at this thing. I've seen some photos of it. It's probably not the most original, beautiful car that I would love it to be, but not many of them are. It looks like it's a tidy, decent, slightly modified example. All right, let's get going. All right, so we're nearly at old mate's house. So I thought I'd tell you a little bit more about this car from what I know of it. It's a Series 2 GTS-T. It has an Apexi Power FC, a high flow turbo. Apparently it's quite straight. In the photos I've seen of it, it looks like it's sitting on coilovers. It has some, shit, I'm gonna pronounce it wrong, or call it the wrong thing. I think it's Denso L1s, or I forget what they're called. You guys know what I'm talking about. And it looks straight, but the front bar needs some paint. It's got a black bonnet, and the inside of the engine bay looks like something from 2010. It's been sticker bombed and painted with like a weird blue and white camo. So not really my first choice in sort of what color I would paint. Well, I wouldn't paint an engine bay unless it was going to be modified. But he reckons, so he wants $7 grand and he reckons he's firm on it. But he's come to me through a post that I had looking for a car. And usually, even when people say they're firm, they're not. Everything's negotiable. So I'm going to see if I can convince him to sort of give it to me for around the $5 grand mark. $5 grand to me for this car leaves a little bit of room to do some tidying up on it. So we're about 5 minutes from this guy's house. I won't be filming when I'm actually at his place. I'll film after. I'm still yet to work out how I can film negotiating with people without it looking like a TV show or something weird. So hopefully one day I can work that out. But we're nearly here now, so fingers crossed this thing's not a write-off as well. We're gonna find all that out, and hopefully we'll be driving away with a new Skyline. All right guys, see you in a little bit.
What you putting in your pocket?
Yeah, is that a stack in your pocket, or are you just pleased to see me? It's a stack. See ya, wish me luck.
Good luck.
All right, so where we left off was I was about to go and look at this R33. The guy who had it, super nice dude, obviously loved the car, had a lot of fun with it. Now, where'd he go? So, here's the long story short, I bought it, and here it is. In all of its 1990s glory. So, RB25 turbo, has a high flow turbo, front mount, fuel pressure regulator, Apexi Power FC, new clutch. The gearbox, it feels like it's been reconditioned 100%, and I think he mentioned that it has been. It runs and drives very, very, very well. There's no bushing noises, there's no noise in the diff, no whines, the gearbox is smooth, clutch is awesome. All it's really, I really need to do on this thing is sort of, if I may put it a better way, is de-ghettofy it. And that's get rid of stuff like this. So like this strip, this carbon rubbish that's been on it for a while. These stickers on the door. And like, don't get me wrong, I actually kind of like it. It looks kind of cool for what it is. We've got the front bar that needs paint. Got little eyelids on here. The bonnet's obviously black, which I think will stay black because it looks pretty sweet. But all in all, it's actually a really tidy car and it's quite straight. So it's a Series 2 R33 GTS-T. And from you guys can probably see, it's actually in really decent shape. There's a hand controller for the Power FC, which I'll have to mount up. This is something that I need to change. It's a rev, like a tachometer. How do you say it? I can never get it right. Rev gauge. The one in the dash does work, but it just dances around a little bit. that shift light's got to go. That's a shocker. But the rest of it, it's actually in really good condition. So the bare bones are there for a really tidy 33. There's no rust in it that I can find. The strut tops, they're all fine. The engine bay has been painted, but it seems to be like it's actually in really decent nick. And let's start this thing up. I think the Power C came off a motor with a similar sort of setup, but it just needs to be retuned for what's on here, obviously. But it doesn't misfire, it runs really, really well, and I think it actually looks really cool. Looking through the camera right now, I think it looks sweet. So guys, I'll see you in the next video where we tidy this thing up, and I'll be showing you some tips on how to tidy things up, that just little things like the front bar, some of the paint imperfections, and we'll see how tidy we can get this thing. And I think Wilder's hit the fog lights. Good to know that they work. Alright guys, don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.